failures. It's hard to learn things when everything's just an idea, when it's just abstract. We're concrete people, we're animals, we live in our bodies, right? And so if you're all in your head, it's really hard to learn. But if you're doing it, you learn so much faster. So if you want to start a business, you can spend 5 years putzing around. Oh, I've got to get better at this. I've got to go to business school. I've got to read this book. You don't start the damn thing.
Totally. This business school stuff drives me absolutely crazy, to be honest, because there's kids getting into serious debt, spending 4 years learning business. Just start a business. You'll learn sales quite quickly because you've got no choice. So what's happened? And what can people do to kind of fight back? Because people will be listening to this and they'll be saying, right, for example, we're helping a lady who wants to be a graphic designer. She was going to go to UCLA for 4 years, costing her $60,000 a year. She's going to get into 240.
UCLA, is that expensive?
Yeah. Well, she's out of state.
Oh, okay.
So out of state plus her cost of accommodation. So it's going to cost her $60,000 a year. So $240,000 and 4 years of her life to learn graphic design. By doing it, surely that's logical. I put this video about this. People are telling me, no, she should go and learn. She should go to UCLA. And what's happened? That's the default. Everyone believes is the way to do things.
One of the people that I interviewed in Mastery is a man named, his name just suddenly, Paul Graham. Sorry.
Okay.
You know who Paul Graham is?
Y Combinator.
Yes,
Y
Combinator.
Big fan. Yeah.
In the 70s, he was a hacker. Early on in the computer era, he learned hacking when he was very young. He went and studied AI at like MIT, some university like that. And then he decided that he wanted to be a painter, and he left school and he went to Italy and he studied to become a painter. And then one day he was in New York in a loft trying to paint. He had no money, and he heard an ad on the radio that the internet, which was just starting out, would be where people would buy things, but nobody thought of that. He goes, with my skill in coding and my design skills, I'm going to create that. He created it. He sold it to Yahoo for $5 million, and he went on from there. He started Y Combinator, and Y Combinator is like a school for entrepreneurs, right? And the idea is we'll teach you how to start your business, and then we'll own a share of it, okay? But because he understood the process of learning by doing, he created his own business by just simply doing it, by hearing an ad on the radio and just having the cojones to go out there and do it. And so his school, his incubator school, was based on the idea that you're going to come to Mountain View or wherever it was, Palo Alto, and you're going to build your business right there in the school. You know, you're not going to study any kind of books or anything. You're going to build your business. We're going to watch you build it. And then if it's good, then, you know, we'll fund it for you and everything like that. So he understood learning by doing, right? And he would get, because it was so successful and it started so many businesses that way.
Well, Airbnb was started in that incubator, for those that don't know.
Yeah,
so it's a very...
Sam Altman, who we all have heard of, he came from that.
He was running Y Combinator for a while.
He was running it, but he also came through it.
Yeah.
He would get 5,000 applications every year for people who wanted to be in the incubator school. And as soon as he got the sheet that said Yale University, he threw it in the trash. As soon as he got one that said, I went to, you know, this business school, he threw it in the trash. Then there would be somebody who just was a kid somewhere who had like done his own kind of computer work on his own. He'd put that in the possible pile. People who went to these schools, he thought they were totally useless. They had no ambition. They were not self-starters. You want to be a self-starter. You want to learn in life to start things, to do it on your own, not to wait, to just go out there and start it. Because if you start your business, you will learn more in 2 months than in 20 years of business school.
Totally true.
Right? And you'll probably fail, but your failure will teach you. So stop waiting and just go out and start it. I went to university. There's nothing wrong with the university. There's nothing wrong with learning. But learning as a way of delaying actually building something is wrong.
But you can do and learn at the same time. Yeah. That's the beauty of Y Combinator. I built a competitor called Nest to Y Combinator in Asia. And we didn't do it as well as them, I would just like to say. One thing I noticed, we used to get about 3,000 applicants per accelerator program.
Yeah.
And we can only bring 8 companies in. I always felt bad. We left thousands of people behind.
Yeah.
But what I loved about the model, apart from leaving people behind, which is why I do this way instead of that way now, is that the whole model is you're doing, But ever so often as you're doing, maybe someone knows something you don't know that can allow you to do the doing better. And that's what the apprenticeships were about. You can, if you're, making something with carving something, if someone who's carved before says, just, that area there, be a little careful because that wood comes. That's right. Brilliant.
Right.
So guidance, I guess, is where mentorship comes. You